Hello and welcome to the third episode of the series. Last time we finished off the initial tutorial story thing of Destiny 2, where you killed a wizard, she's dead, and prove yourself to being a guardian. This time we'll continue exploring this new world and continue our journey, meeting new enemies and foes, but new allies and acquiring new triumphs. On that note, this will be the last time I do so, but I'll be explaining what this series is. By the fourth episode, I'm sure it will be engraved into your minds by me constantly repeating it for the last 3 times. This series is about us playing a new Guardian in Destiny 2, and protecting the remains of humanity against space aliens and shenanigans. However, what differs this series from the rest is how, whenever I am killed or die to my own stupidity, I have to dismantle, delete, all my current gear and weapons and use whatever else I have. There will be exceptions like, once I've upgraded something to max level, it will be immune to this or something like that, but that'll have when it comes to that. With that explained, hopefully it's clear, I'll be going for the main stories. Hope you enjoy and endure my cringy acting here. Sit back and just relax. After returning from slaying Navota, I returned to a town and was told to go talk to Ikora Ray. She spoke of a weapon that was lost to time, a superpowered submachine gun that utilizing the arc conductor we had reclaimed previously, we could recreate and use against our enemies. She showed me the frame for said it was hiding away in Europe, and to meet someone there who would tell me, who would aid us in our search for it. I arrived in a location titled the European Dead Zone. It was much different to the cold, rusted, industrial feeling of the Cosmodrome in Russia. It was green, it felt alive, yet dead. It didn't help that I helped contribute to that as I quickly dispatched a few foreign, who were merely minding their own business. But it was in self-defense, I tell you. They were planning something. So my remorseless massacre of them was justified. After doing that, I climbed to the top of the tower where someone was waiting for me. I approached the man called Devram Kay, a scout who watched over this area. He was British as well, so you can't complain. He told me about how the Fallen had stolen the components we required, and I had to, recover them from the thieves. He told me to go into a lost sector underneath the church to recover them. I entered the tunnels and began searching. I ran to the Fallen on the ground and, well, I started blasting. So what I do? After clearing the sector, I turned to Devram, who told me that, with the information we had acquired as to where the rest of the weapon was hiding, back in Russia.
Glad to see that
Upon arriving back, I was also keen some captains who had the last piece of information to finish off the map, which I did so very quickly. Die. Be gone! After acquiring the final bits of the map data, I returned back into the wall where I had started my adventure. On my way to a brand new section that led to a huge chasm, which I had to parkour around, which for me, one of the hardest things I could ever do. One slip up and I'm gone. Whatever weapons I'm holding, they're down there with me. Bit of a shame, isn't it? Jump after jump, I eventually made my way through, and I got to the end. Fortunately without any falls, but a few close calls. At the top I approached a workbench, which had the arc conductors on it, the final component of the weapon, and I put it all together. Before my eyes laid my first exotic weapon, Risk Runner.
Your arsenal keeps growing, Guardian. The technology in your hands hasn't been seen in hundreds of years. Which is to say, watch where...
After jumping from the tunnel full of light, I almost went into the light myself. A very close call, almost breaking all my shins. My 2 shins.
Light 'em up.
But I was given an opportunity to test out my new weapon and see what this thing could do. At first I felt like, well, just an SMG. Hang on, is that chaining lightning? Oh my god, it does. Okay, I see what this weapon's deal is now. I am the god of lightning. Cower before me. My ability is unmatched. Zeus is nothing compared to my power. Okay, power fantasy over. He's dead. I still did this though. Overkill? I'm sure. He probably did something very bad. Like, burn down an orphanage.
Are you ready?
Zavala congratulated me on my findings and let me keep my nuclear-powered bug zapper. And I was free to explore now. The opening story was over. I could do what I want. So I decided to go back to the European Dead Zone. I want to explore more of the EDZ. So I returned to the area around the church and got myself some new loot by killing a servitor who, let's be honest, was merely vibing before I came along. However, when I turned around I saw something new. A pair of big armoured creatures with jetpacks. Fallen troops? They seemed to arrive in these drop pods which honestly looked stupid. Alas, I introduced them to Mr. Overkill and deleted them from this plane of existence. Bye bye! As I explore more places, almost either typical, abandoned structures, so I came up with something new. A huge military base that seemed to belong to those big guys I fought. Devon told me they were called the Cabal. A very military-based race who use heavy armor and shields to win their battles. Not unlike we do. I want to explore the area a little more, and so I was told by Zavala that I had been assigned a mission at the moment, one taking place right in the base I was currently at. A raid against a Cabal who dealt arms to the army here, and we were here to take him out. The mission began in the base, which I had heard was called Firebase Hades. Pretty cool if I must say myself. I would want to live here. Me and the team with me started moving through and attempting to clear the airfield outside. I slid and slide into those DMs. DMs, which is code for shotgunning their craniums.
That tank just exposed a solar fuel cell.
Also, for some reason, I decided to, and was able to, pick up a ball of pure solar energy. I just see something shiny and I pick it up, it seems. Yeah, it makes sense. I used it to overload a barrier that was blocking us from heading forwards. And with that, we moved on. It led us towards a huge hangar where my first encounter of a heavy Cabal vehicle. A huge tank that would surely be a challenge. But a battle for the ages. Oh, it's already almost dead. Well, maybe you'll put up a fight. Oh, it detonated itself. Bit disappointing. Also, yes, that Guardian is driving a tank. We got to the underside of the main airfield where the arms here, Brekazan was. And he was here with his army. We opened the door, and there he stood, on the high ground. And we started laying him to with everything we got. I was shooting him with a high-powered water gun. I mean, look at the gun I'm using. It looks like a water pistol. We pushed forwards and chased him as he ran away like a baby. He reached the top of the airfield, but we had, guess what? An elevator. He wasn't getting away from us this time. No one escapes the elevator Guardian. We rose to the top, and we had a hell of a fight on our hands. This is where we just kill him or die trying. Once again I picked up a ball of pure solar energy and dunked it like a basketball player, taking down his shield and bringing him back down to the fight. This time we had him for sure. He was going down. Not before jumping scaring me because jeez, how close that was. I almost just died. A few more rounds to the head, he fell, and the loot was ours. Serves you right. I don't even know who you are, but you deserve to die. However, without a moment's rest, an alert went out from Zavala, calling our guardians to head to the moon. So I prepared for my first mission off-world and set off.
Attention all Guardians. Last night we detected a seismic disturbance on the moon. Within hours it was swarming with hive. This plague must not be allowed to spread.
I made landfall on the moon. It was sort of surreal, but that had to wait. The hive had to die. Bo, I'm on the moon! What? By working with other Guardians, we took back a hold on the moon and pushed them hive towards something they called the Scarlet Keep.
The hive appear to be
They were on retreat and we followed.
Commander, these hive are erratic, scattered.
And after killing even more of them, we worked together to shut down a hive portal, which was bringing more in, guarded by a big old shrieker, which ran away before I could kill it. Who does he think he is? Nobody escapes me.
Clear the surrounding area.
And though only me alive for a few days, I must have been a good boy because Christmas came early. Your boy got himself a tank. But I used to show a huge hive shrieker.
Monitoring their progress.
Like,
But had not yet
I've got a tank!
Scarlet Keep.
With that, it fell. Boom. I got to the entrance of the keep, and without any planning, I ran like the man I am, heading into some settlements and heard a Cora talk about someone named
Eris
Eris,
came to me.
who we were
She
tasked with
found evidence
finding
of
and making
something
sure she
very
was
old
safe.
on the moon. A potential threat to humanity.
Heads off into the dark tunnels, which felt unreal.
What was that?
The hive. They appeared in front of me, out of nowhere. So I reacted naturally and started gunning them down. But as I kept moving forwards, more kept on spawning around me. Me using a Glock made it relatively easy to kill them. No one beats the Glock. Glock win. Glock win everything. I eventually got out of the tunnels and I was great with a glorious view. Earth, so small and far. I feel like a sign of what I'd eventually achieve in this new life.
The source of our
I pressed onwards,
should
determined to
be
keep going
around here.
until I came face to face with it.
What is that?
Like a huge pyramid.
I've never seen anything like it.
Anyways, you traverse along an outcrop on the
This
side of the
must be
cliff.
what Eris was after. That
It led me to a big
thing.
open cliff where across the way
Across
there
the
was
way.
this red mass.
What is that?
The pyramid looming in the background. I tried to approach it, but it yeeted me backwards.
Some sort of massive energy spike here. It's too heavy for us to pass through.
Until a huge hive appeared from it, carrying someone named Crota who we had killed in the past before I'd come along.
But he's dead.
And with him came a huge of his army. However, I wasn't worried. I'd handled hive before. I'm sure he was no different than the rest. Oh, look at him, he's using a sword. I have a gun. What's that going to do? With 3 strikes from his blade, he took me down. After any weapons, I came back for round 2. I was ready this time. I was just going on easy to be nice. Yep. However, a truck ton of them had spawned in the meantime, and I had an army on my hands to deal with. Using a shotgun, I tried to smoothen his brain with brute force to the head. It was working, slowly, but surely. All until he started to regenerate himself.
He's regenerating?
That's what I said. And it matters worse, 2 other creatures like him arrived. I assume other foes we've slain before, but I was way over my head now.
We
I
can't
had to
move.
admit that.
We have to go.
There were way too many to deal with. I thought it was the end of my short
Guardian,
story.
come with me.
Eris Morn. What is that pyramid?
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity. Before us lies a dark remnant of their existence. Was it struck down by the Traveler? Left here on purpose? The truth is ours to discover.
Discover how.
We find a way inside.
After the mission, I was with Eris Morn, who found me and asked me to help her with infiltrating the Darkness Pyramid, and even gave me a brand new exotic to help with my efforts.
I sensed
She
your
gave me
approach.
Thorn, an exotic hand cannon that was linked to the hive itself. It spreads poison with each shot. And with that, thank you for watching this episode. I hope it's much more refined than the other two, down to me actually writing a script this time. Woo, go me. But I hope this helps the series be as refined as good as it can be. I hope I'm finding my footing and I hope that's visible in my videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see any other sort of game or series, leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed, please like this video, and have a good evening, morning, lunch. Where are you? Where figure out yourself. I'm not going to do this for you.